Alright, hello. This is my artist tag, like showcasing of my work or whatever, because as a lot of you know, or I hope you would know, that I am like a artist. Sorry, I had to turn on the lamp. So this is going to be very super unprofessional. Okay. I just had to get a lamp just so like the lighting for my drawings and shit would be good. Okay, I'm gonna save this one for last because it's like pretty cool and it's my newest one. So I'm gonna spin these around because they're all upside down. Basically what I'm just gonna do is like showcase my work, and I'm so happy to have this camera, dude. I'm just gonna showcase my work and basically explain like why I drew it, and like, I don't know, hopefully this will get me something. Look how, okay, like in my last video you couldn't tell how vibrant my hair is. Now with this light here you can like see it a lot better. Like, oh god, let's see if this is still here. Okay, anyways, I'm going to flip this around now. Okay, this one is like a girl who's like, just ignore the boobies, she's got an octopus on her head, and I originally was just like, I'm aspiring to be a tattoo artist. So I started drawing out like things off Google Images like for tattoo designs and stuff, and I saw one with like a girl's face and an octopus on her head, and my hands are kind of pink for my hair, so don't worry about that. And I drew the head shape and like started drawing the octopus, which I know looks really shitty right here. I'll fix that eventually if I want to, which right now I don't really care about. Just actually in general I don't care about it, just right now it's really bothering me. But I saw like this, it's like mostly like this was the, like that is the original design, but I ended up adding this body, or actually I drew the octopus on her head and then I drew her face a lot different than it is in the picture. I like how this picks it up. And then ended up drawing like this body, and usually wouldn't draw something so like creepy looking, but it just kind of came to me as like creative not inspiration, just I don't know, I just kind of did it. And this drawing, usually my drawings have like a reason behind them, but this one really doesn't. It kind of just, I don't really know. I just feel like when I look at this, she's like looking in the mirror, like has her hand over her heart and thinks like, I'm finally perfect, because I don't know like what the octopus has to do with it, but it just kind of like makes me think of like odd style that people need to follow nowadays, and it's just like people go to such extent just to be like fucking look like McDonald's Madonna, and like have to look perfect, and you have to have like your thigh gap, and you have to have like bone showing and all this great stuff. And like I drew her fingers extra long just to signify like having long nails, because my nails are really short, and yeah, I don't like showing them because I get insecure about that. The next one I have is also another tattoo design. It's kind of small and it's like hidden behind something, or it's hiding something. And this is actually a tattoo my mom was gonna get, but it ended up being $400 if she wanted to get it, and she doesn't have a job right now. Not that she was like fired or anything, just she works at a school, so it's obviously she doesn't work during the summer. And she was gonna get this on the back of her shoulder, but she ended up not doing it because it was gonna cost too much, and she's not making money at the moment, which also would explain why I don't have a phone. And yeah, so it's just like a sun and all this stuff, and this was just one of those like I feel like a hippie kind of things, so I'm gonna draw like one. I have those moments. This is one of those like Pokemon, what are they called? Fusions, Pokemon fusions. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I think it's Charizard and Machoke or Machamp. Yeah, I just thought it was kind of cool, so I drew it out, and yeah. Also, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that my I almost said DP name. My username on Twitter is actually a Pokemon Fuse It, and it's as a Pokemon Fusion, and it's E-Toys, and it's fusion between Eevee and Blastoise, because Eevee is my favorite Pokemon, and Blastoise, or Squirtle was my first starter, but eel sounded like a weird thing, so I like E's toys because it's the final evolution of my very first starter ever from red and blue. So ironically, I chose red. I played red, not blue. So yeah, that's that. This is fan art for Golden Blackhawk, my favorite YouTube. Did I say cock? Golden Blackhawk. No, Golden Blackhawk, my favorite YouTuber. One of my favorites. He's probably #1 though. S. Doug Steven, Immortal HD, another one of my favorites, and Sly Fox Hound, another one of my favorites, who is part of the Creatures, along with now Immortal HD. Good day. And if you don't know what they who they are, they're a bunch of YouTubers, like I said, that do gameplay. And Sly has a series where it's basically his series, but these are like the main guys that go on with them, called Minecraft Daily. And obviously it's just like Minecraft Let's Play that he posts every day. And if you already know this, you probably want me to get past this, but right now they have a mod installed called Pixelmon. And a little earlier when they started it, they wanted fan art and stuff, so I sent this in. They never ended up replying to me, which is, I don't really care about that, but like Kevin usually talks to me, and he talked to me today or last night, I guess. I don't know, he like retweets me and talks to me sometimes, so that's pretty cool because I am fucking in love with him. Like I have like a crush on him. Like people have crushes on like Directioners have a crush on fucking Harry Styles or something. I don't know. But I can say that I'm a lot better than you Directioners, or I'm doing a lot better than you Directioners, because Kevin actually knows I exist and he talks to me, so yeah. Also, the Pokemon that are with them are the starters that they chose. Steven had Charmander, Alex had, or Immortal HD had Bulbasaur, and Sly/Eddie had Squirtle, and Kevin / Golden Blackhawk, sorry if I didn't explain that earlier and you got confused, had Eevee, my favorite Pokemon, but he despises it and called it whole wheat bread, so that makes me sad. I think he should have evolved it into Jolteon just so he could have like an upper hand. Not necessarily upper hand, but just like could have had the upper hand against Sly and then like kind of like worked with them. I don't know, okay. I'm just like, I'm going on about this. It also ripped, which is really sucky. This I drew up last year for no particular reason. I just kind of doodled and there's a fancy pickle. This is a werewolf, obviously. My friend also just commented on a picture I uploaded fucking forever ago and said the head is too small. I don't really think so, but actually looking at it through the camera I kind of think so, but I don't know. I really like this drawing and I've done a lot of improvements to it since I first drew it. It never used to have like actual like fur details, but there's my signature. Oh no, wait, that says Moonshine. I don't know why. That's what I usually write, Hoss. But yeah, it's just a werewolf, and I kind of just drew it because it's nighttime, and I think it was a full moon that night, and I was just like, werewolves. Okay, this one is a fairy that I drew up, and I actually, like, you can see where I erased it, I drew, like, a shit ton of hair that I just, like, oh, I'm so glad that I erased it, because, like, it's just a lot better now, and if I can get that shine glare, it'd be great. Yeah, so this was actually supposed to look like my friend Geneva, who I don't think I'm actually friends with anymore. I say don't think because she doesn't talk to me. We had kind of a fallout, but not exactly. I don't really want to go into detail about it because it's no one's business but mine and hers. So, yeah, this was supposed to look like my friend Geneva, and I think more or less it does. Yeah. This was, I was in school. I was in school and don't come downstairs and talk to me. I was in school and actually when I was drawing this, a really attractive guy in my class came up to me and was like put his face uncomfortably close to where mine was like, that's really cool, and I was like, thanks dude. And he's an artist, so that was kind of cool to hear. But basically I just drew this because I was listening to Cottonmouth King's song Mushroom, and I started drawing the mushroom, and then I drew like, I drew the hand after that, and then I didn't have any of this like inner detail until a while after, and I think I drew like, I I did the fallout like that, and I don't know why I did it. I really didn't like it at first, and then I drew this like distorted yin and yang sign after, and then I drew the skull and the flower, the stippled dotted flower kind of looking thing over there, and then I drew all of this like inner, I almost said intercourse, inner crap a little bit later, and like I always see this as like, this looks like a very like kawaii bird. Like if you look at this is like a abnormally large eye, and this is its wing, and this is its beak. Like it's just like in the hand, and he's like cupping it, but like at the same time it also looks like a eyeball in the middle of my hand. I don't know. That's what that is. Okay, this is also because that guy in my class kept going like, oh, I'm gonna paint a juggernaut symbol on the side of our classroom, because we have a lot of painted artwork like on our walls in our classroom. I'm in an alternate program, just so you know. And also all of my drawings ended up, well, all of my drawings that were done before the summer were posted up on the wall. So I posted this one up there and said, I drew this because he actually wouldn't not do it, and he's like, oh, I did it, I drew it, but I never painted it up. I also did stamina up, I don't know if it's cola or soda, so I just wrote cola, but I don't really care for that one, so I just wrote jug, and then we taped it up there, and my teacher MacD was like, it's inspirational to be stronger. This is also supposed to be a design for a tattoo, design for a tattoo that I had drawn up for a friend who I'm no longer friends with, unfortunately, but it's just a rose with the heartogram from the band Him or from band Margera. It doesn't really matter either way, they're brothers, so it's your choice. This also used to have like a little tribal one on it, but I hate tribal. My friend just wanted tribal, but I literally hate the style tribal because, come on, what tribe are you in? This was drawn up a few years ago, actually, so it's not any of my greatest work. This I literally cannot even read anymore. It's, in case you didn't see from there, I'm shaking a bit, but in case you didn't, I'm gonna have to put this down. In case you didn't see from here, which I just repeated myself like 4 times, this is Diablo, and if you've ever played the video game Diablo, you'll know what this is from. This is actually a quote from the Halls of the Dead, or the Den of the Dead. No, it's the Halls of the Dead, and it's a book that you find throughout the game. I think it's in the it's in the first game. And this is Diablo in hell, and this is, I guess, like, if you just, like, use your imagination, you can kind of see, like, him emerging from his throne. It's kind of messy, and it's just kind of, like, not that great. Like, I've debated fixing it up, but there's just, like, so much detail and, like, shading, I almost said shadowing, shading put into it that's just, like, I don't feel like it. Also, this head is probably one of the ugliest things I've ever drawn up. It's so fucking bad. Sugar Skull model. And I also drew this up because Diablo is my very favorite game of all time. My Sugar Skull model. This has been added to so many times. There also used to be like a fucking flower thing in her hair, but it actually looked really bad, which my friend actually told me, and I took that offensively at first, but I'm glad she told me because I do agree that it looked bad. And she didn't used to have so much hair, but whatever. I don't know. My friend asked me to draw a Sugar Skull model because she said that they're really cool, and she wanted to see me draw one because I usually take requests when people want to see a drawing from me. Also, I went too into detail. I gave her fucking winged eyeliner and mascara and all that great shit. But she has a crack in her face here, in case you didn't know. This is supposed to be like that mouth stitching, which I think is insanely weird, but some people do it. I don't care for it. She also has, like, I go too far with this. She has a septum piercing and a labret piercing. Yeah. Like I said, go too far. This actually, like, the mouth stitching looks kind of crappy because I didn't draw, like, the little knots at the end. Which, to me, I don't really care because, like, if you look at actual stitching, like, if you're gonna actually, like, sew your mouth shut, which for some reason people do that, I can't fathom the idea. You wouldn't, like, tie a knot at the end of it. You just, like, keep going through until the end and tie a knot, which is, like, jumbled within the cobweb, and it kind of just, like, transforms into this cobweb, which is kind of cool, I guess. Anyways, that's all. There's my signature again. Okay, this is probably one of my favorite drawings I've ever done. This is 15 minutes long. Wow. This is probably one of my favorite drawings I've ever done. It's a butterfly skull. Obviously, it's just two skulls facing each other, making a butterfly shape. And I'm debating getting this tattooed because I think it would be so cool and it's my favorite drawing ever. But the only thing is I don't know where I would put it because I have so many plans for tattoos that it's just like, I don't know where it would fit in. And I don't know why I just said like because I hate saying it. Everyone says to get it on the back of my shoulders, but the only thing is like the first tattoo I'm going to get is going to be on the back of my shoulders, and it's going to be on both. And it's going to be, if you've ever played Diablo, the health and mana little thingies with the little crystal balls with health and mana in them, with the Angel, Tyrael, and Diablo on the health and mana. I think Tyrael is on mana and Diablo is on health, if I remember that right. I haven't played that game in so long. But anyways, it's going to be those on the back of my shoulders, and mana's going to be half full. Anyways, that's just what I need to do. I need to go through this fast because my battery's getting low. Anyways, I painted space. Nothing special about this. Just needed to practice because I'd never done it. This is a butterfly I drew up, which my friend really liked. And yeah, that's all. This is really fucking cool. It's a skull. And it's really complicated, and if you can't see the skull, then you're gay because it's right there, and it just like tentacles. It reminds me of Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. This is also pretty cool. I've debated getting it right here because I want to get a thigh tattoo, but I don't know what to get here. On this side, I'm getting a heart monitor going all the way around to represent heart problems I had as a child. Blah, 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 blah. It's just a skull with a snake coming out, which is super fucking rad. This is also really awesome. It is a... I always say it's a night elf, but I don't think it's a night elf. It's just an elf wandering the forest, reaching over this bug, and for some reason she has some little like sparklies coming out. It reminds me of like a comic book, like a heavy metal comic book, sort of, except it's not as naked. She also has her staff in the back, and I don't know why she's carrying it like that, but she is. And yeah, it's just on a tree and shit. This is Link, and if you don't know who Link is, then you're dumb. And there's a little Navi there, and here's his magic sword. I can't remember the name of. Grand sword? Great sword? I can't fucking remember. Oh god, I suck. Master sword. Oh, I feel like it's one of those. It looks really shitty because I drew this in class because I actually drew it wrong and forgot what it looked like. And I drew it as a regular sword. And then I changed it to look like this. But this is like, this side's fucked up, so I gotta change it eventually. But there's my Link and my Navi. I'm very proud of this, actually. These are eyes that are crying darkness because I was at a really bad point in my life and I felt darkness, and that's about it. This was for one of my best friends, Julian Arias, who is a street artist. Goes by the name of Garbage Face. He's fucking amazing, and he's a fucking amazing human being. And even though he's just like a street artist and like overall in society's eyes is a bad kid, he's honestly one of the most humble people I know, and he's just like, I could talk so highly of him for days, but I wouldn't want to upset his girlfriend, so I'm not going to say anything because I've caused like drama between them before, and it was not on purpose, and I don't mean to say like I've actually caused drama, just she kind of got upset at how much we talked because he's one of my best friends and I helped him through a lot of stuff. Not going into any more detail because it's no one's business besides mine and his. That's all it is. It's just a guy in a gas mask. Squirtle, because it was my favorite starter ever, and it's one of my favorite Pokemon. This just says kills a giant rock snake by splashing some water, which is just a joke. Umbreon and Espeon, two of my favorite evolutions. I said evolutions, right? Yeah, evolutions. Another one is Jolteon, but I didn't draw it because I didn't have room. Espeon's probably above Umbreon, and I actually have an Espeon in Platinum, which I'm playing right now, which is actually super fun. I also drew Zelda, who is super rad. Triforce is like emphasized down there. Yeah. This is drawing of Vile Valo. Also, I draw a lot of Legend of Zelda characters because I really like the game. This is Vile Valo from the band Him. I was just listening to his music and that showed up. This was something I drew years ago that should be thrown out. This is part of a two-part drawing, which is right here, and it's Cheshire Cat standing on his head, and it says we're all mad here. These are renovation plans that you don't need to see because it doesn't matter. And I think that's all for in here. And my last drawing is another fan art, which I absolutely adore, and it's like not like my other fan art, but this is Kevin, aka Golden Black Hawk. And I can't get a good picture of this, so I'm going to turn away from the light. And it looks like shit right now, and I don't know why. But, I drew him in his nipple zipper pride. See, here's his little nipple zippers. Which he tweeted out a picture of, saying that a gay pilot and his co-pilot boyfriend commented on, called him sexy or something. I can't really remember exactly what it was. But, that is all my artwork. I need to get really used to this camera. But that's my artwork, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, maybe one of these days I'll update it. Kind of like tattoo tag, but yeah. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at eetoise, EETOISE. Instagram's x/r/x. I don't use it because I don't have a phone. And AskFM is askfm.com.ask.fm/lassar, LASSAR, like my name is for everything. Yeah, okay, I'll talk to you guys soon, maybe, I hope. And this is a long video, so I'm gonna go.